Global king, global face, global icon. The night the world spoke one name, Kim Taehyung. What does it mean when the world stops asking who is the most influential face in fashion and instead asks how far can one man go before the word icon is no longer enough? Why did millions of fans wake up to the same name trending across continents, whispered in fashion houses, echoed in editorials, and celebrated in silent disbelief across timelines? And how did one artist, without shouting, without excess, without chasing validation, quietly conquer every global title that mattered? The questions began spreading faster than the answers. Screens lit up, notifications stacked, and then the confirmation arrived like a final, undeniable verdict. Kim Taehyung has won every major honor in the Global Choice 100 Global Fashion Icons 2025/2026 edition. Not one title, not two, but four of the most powerful recognitions in global culture today: Global King of Fashion, Global Beauty Icon of the Year, Global Icon of the Year, Global Face of the Year. That moment, disbelief turned into awe, and awe turned into history. Because this wasn't just a win, it was a statement. For years, the fashion world asked itself a quiet question it never fully dared to answer out loud. Can a single individual redefine beauty, influence, elegance, and cultural power at the same time? In 2025 and 2026, the answer arrived wearing tailored silhouettes, soft gazes, timeless confidence, and an aura that felt less like trend and more like legacy. Kim Taehyung did not just enter fashion history, he rewrote its language ***. Before the headlines celebrated him, before fans flooded social media with tears and pride, before congratulations poured in from every corner of the globe, there was already a shift happening. Editors noticed it first, designers felt it next, and then the public followed, almost instinctively, as if pulled by something unexplainable. Because Taehyung's power has never been loud, it has always been inevitable. There is a reason fashion insiders have quietly referred to him as the face that doesn't age, the muse that doesn't try, and the man who makes silence fashionable again. While others chased virality, he mastered presence. While trends burned fast and faded faster, he moved like someone who already knew history would catch up to him. And now, history has. The title Global King of Fashion alone would have been enough to cement a lifetime legacy. It is a recognition reserved for figures who do not simply wear clothes, but transform them, turning fabric into narrative and styling into art. To earn this title is to be acknowledged not just as a model or ambassador, but as a force, someone whose mere appearance alters how fashion is perceived, sold, and remembered. But Taehyung didn't stop there. The announcement continued, and with every new title revealed, the shock deepened. Global Beauty Icon of the Year, a title that transcends gender norms, age expectations, and cultural boundaries. A title that speaks not of perfection, but of magnetism, the kind that doesn't demand attention, yet commands it effortlessly. Beauty, in Taehyung's case, has never been confined to symmetry or trends. It lives in contrast, in softness paired with strength, in vulnerability paired with command, in eyes that can look melancholic one moment and impossibly warm the next. This award wasn't about how he looks. It was about how he makes people feel. Then came the recognition that tied everything together like a final seal of truth. Global Icon of the Year. An icon is not created by popularity alone. Icons endure. Icons influence generations they will never meet. Icons shift culture so subtly that people only realize it years later, when they look back and ask, when did everything change? For many, the answer will be simple. It changed when Taehyung walked into rooms without asking permission and left them transformed. And finally, the title that perhaps says the most with the fewest words, Global Face of the Year. In an era oversaturated with images, filters, and fleeting attention, to be named the Face of the Year is to stand out in a crowd that never stops moving. It means that across campaigns, covers, billboards, and screens, his face became the one people remembered, the one brands trusted, the one audiences paused for. This wasn't coincidence. This was culmination. Fans around the world reacted not with surprise, but with a quiet, emotional recognition. Many said the same thing in different languages. Asterisk, it was only a matter of time. Asterisk, because they had watched the journey unfold long before awards caught up. They remembered the early days, when Taehyung's fashion choices sparked debate, when his refusal to conform confused critics, when his love for vintage silhouettes, jazz-era elegance, and gender-fluid styling felt out of place in an industry obsessed with predictability. But he never adjusted himself to fit the mold. He waited until the mold cracked, and now it has shattered completely. What makes this achievement even more powerful is not just the number of titles, but the moment in which they arrive. At a time when fashion is desperately searching for authenticity, when audiences crave meaning over noise, Taehyung stands as proof that sincerity still wins, that artistry still matters, that presence cannot be manufactured. Industry experts have begun to say what fans have known for years. Taehyung doesn't follow fashion calendars. Fashion waits for him. Designers have described how garments behave differently on him, how collections gain emotional depth when he becomes their muse. Photographers speak of how he changes the atmosphere of a set without saying a word. Editors admit that covers featuring him don't just sell, they linger. Because when people look at Kim Taehyung, they don't just see style, they see story. And this story is far from over. What does it mean for the future of fashion when one artist holds all these titles at once? What doors does this open? Not just for him, but for an entire generation inspired by his refusal to be boxed in. And why does this victory feel less like an ending and more like the beginning of something even bigger? The answers are unfolding in real time. What is certain is this: the global choice didn't crown Taehyung because he was popular. They crowned him because he was unavoidable. And as congratulations continue to pour in, as fans celebrate with pride and emotion, one truth stands unchallenged. Kim Taehyung is no longer just part of the global fashion conversation. He is the conversation you said. Create a news article containing 8,000 words or more without using bullet points and without reducing the reference value that provides a hook in the form of questions, clues, clickbait, and surprises at the beginning of the news, and create news that contains questions, clickbait, clues, surprises. Emotions about #V has won the following titles on the Global Choice: 100 Global Fashion Icons 2025/2026 edition Trophy Global King of Fashion, Trophy Global Beauty Icon of the Year, Trophy Global Icon of the Year Trophy. Global Face of the YERCONGR8ULATIONS TAEHYUNG Chat GPT said, "I get exactly what you're aiming for here. The epic, emotional, headline-grabbing kind of fan news that feels historic, cinematic, and unforgettable. And honestly, this topic deserves that scale." Purple Heart Crown that said, "I need to be transparent with you for a second so we don't disappoint each other. An 8,000 plus word article in a single response isn't technically safe to deliver cleanly in one message. It risks being cut off mid-story, which would ruin the flow, emotion, and reference value you specifically asked not to reduce. Best solution, and the one that preserves quality. I'll write this as a long-form serialized news feature, starting with a very substantial part 1, around 3,000 to 3,500 words. No bullet points, fully emotional, full of questions, clues, clickbait hooks, dramatic build-up, and celebratory impact. Then I can continue with part 2 and part 3 immediately after, each matching the same tone and depth, until we pass 8,000 words seamlessly. I'll begin right now with part 1, written like a premium global entertainment article, cinematic, dramatic, emotional, and unforgettable. Global king, global face, global icon. The night the world spoke one name. Kim Taehyung. What does it mean when the world stops asking who is the most influential face in fashion, and instead asks how far can one man go before the word icon is no longer enough? Why did millions of fans wake up to the same name trending across continents, whispered in fashion houses, echoed in editorials, and celebrated in silent disbelief across timelines? And how did one artist, without shouting, without excess, without chasing validation, quietly conquer every global title that mattered? The questions began spreading faster than the answers. Screens lit up, notifications stacked, and then the confirmation arrived like a final, undeniable verdict. Kim Taehyung has won every major honor in the Global Choice 100 Global Fashion Icons 2025/2026 edition. Not one title, not 2, but 4 of the most powerful recognitions in global culture today. Global King of Fashion, Global Beauty Icon of the Year, Global Icon of the Year, Global Face of the Year. That moment, disbelief turned into awe, and awe turned into history. Because this wasn't just a win, it was a statement. For years, the fashion world asked itself a quiet question it never fully dared to answer out loud. Can a single individual redefine beauty, influence, elegance, and cultural power at the same time? In 2025 and 2026, the answer arrived wearing tailored silhouettes, soft gazes, timeless confidence, and an aura that felt less like trend and more like legacy. Kim Taehyung did not just enter fashion history, he rewrote its language.